YouTube has decided to implement something that I and many others have told that this would happen. Real ID on the internet as it is. What people don't understand with this is that if you are a YouTuber and if you say, you make money off YouTube, well, you have to put your personal information in. Okay? You have to. Because if you don't, then how are they going to give you your money? So, what's happening is that there's a mass ID verification system going on for pretty much everyone now. Now, I've already dealt with this before. Now, I think it's because my account was made on a VPN. Even though I'm a real person, I'm fully grown, I had the real ID system come up for me a long time ago. Now, I don't care to say this, but I used a video game character to trick the AI into thinking that I'm fully grown. Because I am fully grown. That's the thing. I am. Even in this account, I am fully grown, but they don't trust me. I had to do that because I had to deal with age-restricted videos. I had to deal with going on an age-restricted video, and I couldn't watch it. Why I couldn't watch it? Well, it's because YouTube thinks I'm under 18. I mean, you can show, see-through clothing videos, and they're not age-restricted. And they show everything on there. It's basically softcore porn. And you can't do anything about it. So, another thing is, people are starting to talk about this en masse. And you could be saying, well, people care. Problem. They don't understand what's really going on with this. The reason why they're trying to implement this is so that they can immediately, once they find you against YouTube's terms of service, they can immediately ban you. And you can say, well, you just make a new account. Well, your ID's on the system. They can outright say, well, we have you on file. You are ban evading. So you can't make another account because technically I have been evading. Even though most people do evade. You just make a new alias and there you go. You don't have to deal with it. And you could be saying, well, and you're going against the term of service? Well, you know what? The term of service is notorious for being bad. Everyone knows this. I know it. You know it. There are people posting videos of monkeys getting tortured. Like actual monkey torture. Like YouTube members, that weird YouTube members thing where it's like, I can support my fans by making a video just for them if they pay for this. Well, that was the first place where people posted monkey snuff videos of people torture monkeys, like actual torture, not like mistreatment. I mean just torture. And you know what? People don't care. People don't care. It's like, oh, the YouTube members is good. Well, YouTube members is basically the new Red Rooms, and they had to cut down on it. I'm not sure if YouTube members is even a thing still. Most people are not using it anymore. So, another thing is, I've been seeing this one YouTuber called Deep Humor. And, he's trying to say, don't watch videos of SpongeBob or something like that. The problem is, how you know it's for kids when you click on it. You have to click on the video or tap on the video just to see if it's, for kids, because the cop act. Well, that's saying some people could just randomly put a video that's made for kids, and you can do it for any video. You can make a video right now. It could be the most raunchy stuff you can think of. As it said, for made for kids, and guess what? When you tap on it, it'll flag your account as under 18. Now, people are getting away with it by, as I said, like I did, by using a video game character. And, people say, there's one guy, deep YouTuber, saying, it's illegal to do that. Even though he openly said, I'm not putting my real ID out there. The fact is, it's not technically illegal to do. It's against the terms of service. Now, if you did it while you're being paid by YouTube, then you could say that's, you're faking your identity, identity fraud. But, someone like me, I'm not making money on YouTube. I make money on TikTok, and of course, it's definitely nowhere near as much as YouTube. If I do get 1,000 subs, then yes, I'll be making money on YouTube, and probably more, even with, dealing with TikTok, and I have over 10,000 followers on TikTok. Because TikTok doesn't pay for shit, even though I think they have the golden opportunity to pay more people and take all of YouTube's audience. Because YouTube is getting so bad. Just a little bit ago, I posted a video on YouTube Shorts of a meme that I made with it's like a SpongeGar meme. SpongeGar, where it's like a SpongeBob in prehistoric era, where I made it where he's looking at Charlie Kirk, that guy with the gummy smile, and someone having their teeth flattened with a curb, curbing. On TikTok, it's still up. On YouTube, it got taken down for bullying. I really despise when people say that YouTube is more free, and when people say TikTok is brain rot. I actually 100% disagree with that. TikTok has more human content, not more adult content, but more mature content in a way that's more stimulating, there's less brain rot, and you can use search, and you can use the search bar. It actually works compared to YouTube's. I don't have to deal with that that situation on TikTok. Where on YouTube, I'm not sure if I got a strike or I got a warning. I think I got a warning because I had to go through the task of, this does go against TOS. The weird survey they do. They treat you like a child because if you make a mistake, they say that's not right, do it again. I don't have to deal with that on TikTok. TikTok is openly transparent with me. Now, I have violations on TikTok, but once it gets either September or October, those violations go away, and I can just post whatever I want again. Now, I still post whatever I want, and I don't have to worry about that much. TikTok is very lax. Memes are just more prevalent on TikTok. You could be funny on TikTok. You can't be funny on YouTube. And it's quite annoying because, when you hear people say, well, TikTok is brain rot. You ever been on YouTube Shorts? That's the copy of YouTube. YouTube Shorts is one of the biggest brain rot I have ever seen. YouTube Shorts is so bad. Like, the search algorithm on YouTube Shorts is atrocious. TikTok actually has a good algorithm. It gives you what you want. That's why I prefer to use it. I prefer to use TikTok over YouTube at this point. If TikTok had more long-form content, we can close your screen out by default, I would unironically delete my YouTube Revents app. I don't want you, the only reason why I use YouTube is because of certain topics you just can't talk about without talking about for a long time with certain subjects. But on TikTok, you just can save more shit. Now, the downside is you don't make that much money at all. You have to get like 100,000 views just to make $100. If you get a million views, yes, you get 1,000. Now, and also you got to make sure your video is a minute. And the problem is, the longer video sometimes is, the less likely you're going to be picked up in the algorithm. Shorter memes can sometimes just get a shit ton of views. I have several videos that are a few million. Like, I have one video that's like 5 or 6 million. If it was over a minute, and it was when I was monetized on TikTok, I would have over $6,000. Or even more, because you gotta remember, it's turned by 10 seconds. You gotta have your video over a minute. And also, if on average people watch more than 10 seconds on average, then you make even double. So you can't make a lot of money on TikTok, but you have to be very, very viral, which is very hard to do. And now we've seen YouTube trying to put in the real ID. The next step is to get rid of aliases. Like me, I'm TP Bunhole, but next thing you know, we want to put in my real name. That's the next step they're trying to do. Let's see here. There's nothing really to talk about when it comes to this, because I talked about this years ago, and people mocked me for it. People would call me crazy. People even threatened. It's weird how you bring up certain subjects on YouTube. That's just a clear fact. And on TikTok, it's a fact on there, and everyone agrees that certain issues on TikTok does happen. But I remember a few weeks ago, really, of telling some furry YouTuber is that YouTube will suppress you, and they're the only ones that won't tell you that you're being suppressed. And I said TikTok is transparent. And he said, no, every other website besides YouTube will not tell you. Okay, Twitter will tell you your videos, your account is being suppressed. It will openly tell you you're being suppressed. TikTok will tell you you're being suppressed in the algorithm. There's like a button to tell you if you're being suppressed. YouTube doesn't tell you that. And this guy was openly lying to me. And I'm not, so you gotta say gaslighting. No, he's lying to me. He was lying to me because he's a bootlicker. He licks the boot of YouTube. Because he's being paid by YouTube. Because once you reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you get paid. And say if you get enough views, you can make a decent amount of money compared to TikTok. There's a reason why so many people are making AI farms. They're making buku's amount of money. So, and you think this would stop AI slop or prevent people from just using a fake ID and just you would have an account that has a fake ID? Because that's the point where if they just ask for ID, then you can just make a fake ID. I can make a fake ID. It's not that hard to make a fake ID. It's very simple. Even though you say it's illegal, well, why if you just want an account to just look at videos? You don't want to deal with the age-restricted videos. You don't want to deal with certain issues on YouTube. So you just make a fake ID. Or if they keep this facial, where they have a face AI, which that's how I circumvent the age restriction is by using a video game character. And you say you gotta use a good quality one. No, you don't. You know what I used for the AI face? I used Skyrim. Fucking Skyrim. Yeah, I didn't use Death Stranding. I didn't use any beautiful looking games. No, I used Skyrim. It just needs the position of where your eyes are, your nose are, your lips are. That's it. It's not quality. There've been people using Gmod. Gmod, a over 21-year-old game. You don't have to use anything fancy. You don't have to be fancy. You can use games from the fucking 2000s and even early 2000s. to trick the AI. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So, anyone who's thinking that this is going to be the end of YouTube, no. People will give up their personal information. This does not stop inappropriate content on YouTube. It may actually make it worse because then there'll be a dark market for it, a black market for it. Kids will just circumvent it by using video game characters, and we don't know if the AI can even detect if you're a child or not. Now, if they just constantly ask you for your ID to say, well, you watch the video, it's age restricted, we're going to now ask you for your ID again. Okay, I just won't use YouTube. I'll find a way to make it where TikTok will be my only source of entertainment. So, that's all I have to say. Nothing ever happens. Try these.